Hi, thanks for checking out our channel in this video. This is a testing video of an old model, Hol-dem Model 57. Now, there's a lot of these out there. Well, there used to be. There's probably still some of these floating around out there. They've made a couple variations of this unit. They've made this orange-looking one like this. They made a dark, kind of black-brown colored one. But they're sort of all the same. A little difference in them. Hol-dem was around for a long time. They used to be their own company, and then, I'd say in the 80s, they kind of sort of fading out, and they got, at some point in time, they got bought out by Zariba and the Woodstream Group, and then they kept the name around only, and they just slapped their name sticker onto their units, some of their units, just so that way they can keep that namesake going for a little while. Now you don't even see the name anymore. But this is an old Model 57. I had to do some rewiring on the inside, replace a little 4-prong breaker deal on there, a little chopper on there, and then both bulbs were bad or missing, one of the two. I only had one bulb on hand. I got to get another bulb for it. So this one does not flash, but this one does. So I'm going to power it on here. It's an AC model, so I'm going to set an on-off switch. There's a little chopper deal inside there, or right there. That thing there, and you're ground and you're hot. When you flip these things on, it takes it a few minutes to warm itself up and get going. And these are kind of they're a pulsating kind of thing, but they're not the low impedance. They're the old style like weed burner units, so they put out a different kind of shock. They're a kind of a constant current that pulse. That time that light flashes, that's when the pulse is on, and it's on for about as long as that light's on, so it's on for a pretty good while. And it's a different kind of shock. It's not that low impedance little pop deal. It's like a arc welding kind of thing. It is a constant like bzzz, and it goes off. But I'll flip it up here. Be careful, I don't want to get shocked by something. This thing will hurt. This thing will grab you for a minute. They had ones before this one that were the weed burner types. They were a constant current. They were always on. So it'd grab you until this thing or something inside would lose its energy and eventually let you go. But it'd hold you for a good little bit. This one will hold you for a minute, but it fades pretty quick when that light goes out. But I haven't hit the hot side, which is the easiest one to get to. I get real close to that ground terminal. See, it's a different kind of shock there. Not that pop deal that you get from the low impedance stuff. So this one's not, you can't use a fence tester to test these things. It's not a high voltage DC output. This is I think an AC type of thing. Can't run a big fence with it, but man alive, man, it gets you. It'll definitely get attention to an animal if they get a hold of this thing. Trying to get the right angle so I can get, there it is. God, that hurt. I would not want to get hit by this. But I got to replace that bulb there, and it's pretty easy bulb to change. Twist and turn and pull that cover off there, and it's just a AC bulb. Slides down in there. You push and turn it. And you lay this back on there like this. Line up the little grooves. It's got a couple little tabs there. You put in there and turn it till it stops. So I replaced that bulb in there, and that one will be good to go too. I replaced that bulb already, but I didn't have a second one, so I got to go get another one of those. But that's an old model Hol-dem 57. It's a neat look old unit. I wish more of them were like this sometimes for certain applications. Can't run a great big fence. Doesn't have the reserve power like a low impedance one does. But for what it's designed to do, it'll definitely burn the tips of the weeds off there. You get too dry of a situation with the weeds. You know that these things were known for grass fires back in the day, The constant current ones were worse for it because they were constantly on, always hitting those weeds, and that's why they don't make them anymore. Eventually, they went to this slower pulse type thing to kind of give it a break in between, so that's not always on. So that's probably one reason why they went to this style, and eventually went to solid state. And then eventually low impedance came along and phased all that stuff out. And low impedance is the what everybody does nowadays, which is good stuff. I mean, it's definitely run a lot bigger fence and get a lot harder shock out of the low impedance one. But this thing can definitely do the job for what it's designed to do. But I appreciate you watching the video, and hopefully if you need any help with repairs on one of these things, give us a holler. You can find us on our website at fencerfixer.com. Fencer is spelled just like that, and then Fixer, Fixer.com. We're located in the United States, but we've helped out people overseas in Europe with parts and questions. But you click on the description tab down below and hit that deal, and there's a little link there to our website, along with a Facebook page, so you can go on there and like us and follow us if you want on there. We post some pictures of repair videos and of the ones that we've worked on, either before or after that they're fixed or not, along with pictures of the units that we worked on. We answer questions on there. Go to our website and find out a little bit more about what we do. We work on a lot of other things besides this electric fence stuff, but this is our main thing that what we do. I'm not sure how old this one is. Probably I'd say a 70s model or late 60s, something like that. But it's a good looking unit. Pretty good shape. Dusty, dirty, but it's a good unit. So, if you ever need any help, give us a holler.